I think that whatever you make it into the top 5 of a competition, and I'm predicting her to be at number 5, you know, the final outcome of the competition, it really belongs to the candidate. Hello everyone, welcome once again to my channel. It's your boy Luis Portelles, and for today's video we have a very special one because finally I will be presenting to you guys my first leaderboard for Miss Supranational 2022. I know that you guys have been asking for this video for the past few weeks. I will say I've been getting tagged on my Instagram, on my YouTube comment section, even on Twitter, that you guys wanted me to tell you who are the candidates who are standing out in my opinion. Well, realistically, I was waiting a little bit to make this video because of a few reasons. First of all, I wanted to wait at least until the ladies make it to Poland so that I can start seeing, you know, some of the activities, at least some of the looks ahead of the competition. And the main reason why I didn't make this video earlier is because, as you guys know, or maybe you don't know, but actually I am being part of the judging panel for the Miss and Mister Supranational Supra Chat. So because of that, I couldn't really show much bias in terms of the candidates. And of course, I want everyone who watches my content and all of that to make sure that I am trying to give you all a fair assessment. Now, I have prepared a list of 15 candidates, and for each one of them, I will be giving you my comments and feedback for the upcoming competition. If you enjoy this type of video or if you find some sort of value, don't forget to leave a like so that it gets recommended to more people. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one almost every single day. And last but not least, let me know in the comment section if you agree with my list, my comments and feedback, and if you would add someone else to this list as well. So without further ado, everyone, I will see you with my top 15 right after the intro.
Be strong.
Okay everyone, so let's start right away. Actually, I'm gonna go from number 15 down to number 1. Number 1 being my first pick to win the crown. For the first few candidates, so 15 to 11, I'm just gonna go through them very quickly, and I will make sure to give more comments and feedback as we go and we get closer to number 1. So number 15 on the list, we have none other than Canada, Jessica Bailey. I really think that Canada this year has impressed me in terms of communication skills, in likability, and just how amazing her story is. I also think that she is kind of like the prototype of girl who usually will do very well in Miss Supranational, so I'm excited to see how the competition will go for her, but I definitely see the potential right there. Number 14 on the list, we have Namibia, Julita Kitwe. And if I'm being honest, I feel like I'm being conservative with this ranking of 14 because I definitely see the potential in Namibia to crack the top 10. Even the top 5 is the stars aligned for her. Personally, when it comes to Supra Chat, she was one of my favorite candidates during that episode because she is just so intelligent. She's an intellectual, I would say, and she just has that gift to really communicate very clearly with people. Based on some of the photos that I've seen online, I still think that she needs to work a little harder on the styling. If she, you know, works a little bit more on the styling, it could really play in her advantage. So just keep that in mind, Miss Namibia. But so far, I'm really enjoying your journey. Number 13 on the list, we have Czech Republic, and her name is Kristina Malitova. Actually, I think that from her Supra Chat episode, she was one of the favorites. I remember receiving a lot of messages, people who actually knew that I was being part of the judging panel, and they were telling me, so what do you think about her? How did you grade her? How did you, But actually, I've been keeping my scores pretty much secret for myself because I just want to be fair with everyone and not necessarily showcase any bias, but really give points where points are due. But if you guys want me to make a different episode, a video about my experience as a Supra Chat judge, please let me know and I'll be more than glad to make that happen. But going back to Kristina, I think that so far she has really excelled during the competition. I want to see a little bit more personality. That's the only thing that I will mention. And just like I told you for Canada, I think that she also has a prototype that usually does very well during Miss Supranational. So let's hope for the best for her and just give me the personality, okay? Number 12 on the list, we have Peru. Her name is Almendra Castillo, and I remember her as well from her Supra Chat because she was so clever. Definitely a fan favorite up until this point, especially in the group of the Latinas. I can see why. The beauty is right there. Personality is right there. Now I'm kind of having a blank if she used a translator during the Supra Chat or not, but even if she did, she definitely got the substance right there. Personally, I think that in terms of glam, presentation, beauty, and overall how likable she is, she's one of the candidates that I'm really rooting for, and I would like to see her go further in the competition. And finally, number 11, before we get into the top 10, I have the beautiful Trinidad and Tobago Christine Coy, because I remember her once again from Supra Chat because she left a very good impression. For me personally, I was very, very pleased with her delivery, and I think that of course she also has that, you know, beauty it factor. I will mention that I think it was during the Supra Chat I was not very pleased with the makeup. I think that it was playing against her instead of enhancing, you know, her beautiful features and just her natural beauty. It was kind of like playing against her. However, it doesn't take away from the fact that she is still a wonderful, beautiful woman, and with the right styling, with the right makeup, with the right glam, and already what she has to offer in terms of personality and communication skills, she could go really, really far in the competition. Now, officially, we are getting into the top 10 of the competition, and I'm gonna be fully transparent with you guys. In terms of how I ranked my top 10, I do take into consideration things as likability, personality, overall beauty, but I feel like the most important thing for me is for the candidate to have a very inspiring story. Let's not forget about the tagline of Miss Supranational, inspiring and aspiring as well. So those are things that I keep in mind, and also if I'm able to get a leader, I think that's always a win-win situation. Personally, I feel like Miss Supranational is kind of in the middle of a reinvention, of a renaissance if you want, because they are looking to expand, you know, the type of candidates that they look for, the type of beauty, and I think that, well, hopefully my top 10 is representative of that. So officially, number 10 on my list, we have Poland, and her name is Agata Dowiak. Her photos are just stunning. This girl really appears really, really well on camera. She definitely has the model look, even the influencer look, I would say. I don't know if she has anything to do with being an influencer. My expectations for her are actually quite high because she represented Poland during Miss Universe 2021. So already there, you know that this girl comes from experience. She has been to different international pageants. She has been through this cycle. She has been through the pageant cycles a few times. And I'm guessing that she's gonna use all of those things to her advantage during the competition. Once again, she has a type of beauty that usually does very well during Miss Supranational, so that is definitely gonna play in her advantage. And if I remember one thing from her Supra Chat is how likable she was. She was talking about taking risks and climbing a chimney or something like that, and I just thought that was like so outside of the box that it really just stick with me, and that's exactly what you want from a candidate. Number 9 on the list, we have Venezuela. Her name is Ismelis Velasquez. And personally, I think that physically speaking, facially speaking, and even with her glam, she is one of the most stunning candidates in this year's edition of Miss Supranational. Pretty much all of the candidates that Venezuela sends internationally are really, really well prepared, and I feel like Ismelis is really no exception when it comes to that. There's still some work to do in the communication skills sector and how she expresses herself publicly. However, this is something that she can definitely work on, and I don't think that it's a major flaw during her journey so far. Also, keep in mind that you have translators available for you, so don't hesitate to use them when you need them, because sometimes it's best to just go for the translator and really get your point across than go for English and struggle a little bit while doing that. But still, I feel like she has that it factor when it comes to the Latino spice, the very tan and rich skin. So for me, she is definitely one that we should watch out for. Moving on to number 8 on the list, we actually have Jamaica, and her name is Carissa Pert. I know that a lot of you guys, when you first saw Jamaica, you thought, huh, Zosie is competing during Miss Supranational. Well, I thought the same in the beginning, if I'm being honest. However, I think that Carissa definitely has that very I would say like commanding personality, and maybe besides the look, that's why a lot of people attach her with Zosie. I personally take this as a major compliment. It means that people see something in you that someone who is so loved and cherished by the pageant fans also has. This is one of the moments where I'm starting to mention here in my topics that I love the fact that I'm seeing some diversity when it comes to the candidates and even the ones who are really standing out. I feel like, so Miss Supranational hasn't crowned yet a black queen, and I feel like it's time. I feel like it's, you know, the right moment, the right year to start considering that, especially because you have so many amazing ladies to choose from. If you remember when I was telling you some of the aspects that I'm looking for in this candidates, leadership is one of them, and I feel like with her story, Jamaica is not only a very likable candidate, very relatable, but also one that is very inspiring through her journey and her leadership skills. So I'm really looking forward to see how that's going to translate in the competition and how the judges are going to, embrace that, and how the judges are going to translate that into the final ranking. So let's get into number 7 on my list. And I know that some of you are wondering where she's right here. We have Indonesia, and her name is Adinda Krishela. We have to mention it that Indonesia was one of the winners of Supra Chat, and rightfully so, because her presentation was just remarkable. I personally think that she has great chances of placing very high in the competition, even further than number 7. But since this is my first leaderboard, I'm kind of keeping it conservative, I would say. Pretty much all of the girls that the Indonesians send internationally to a pageant come really prepared in terms of the gowns, the outfits, the glam, the makeup. Everything is perfect at all times, and Adinda is no exception when it comes to that. So already with amazing communication skills and all of the excellence that she's bringing when it comes to the looks and the overall performance, I'm really excited to see what else she's gonna bring during the competition. So that brings me to my number 6 on the list, and that goes to none other than Philippines, Allison Black. I'm gonna be honest and tell you that Allison has really exceeded my expectations so far when it comes to Miss Supranational. Even I remember when I was looking into Miss World Philippines in the very beginning, she always stood out for me. Like, she was really there, but for some reason I was always overlooking her a little bit. And I'm really making sure that this time around that's not gonna happen with Miss Supranational. Actually, I think that in terms of story, Allison has one of the most balanced and most inspiring stories. The fact that she is someone who is kind of a blend between an arts person but also a business person, I think that it's just amazing because she can relate to two very different demographics. At the same time, her communication skills are stunning. Her facial beauty is right there. Beautiful body, and the styling so far, I'm really happy with that as well. So I'm looking forward to see what Allison is going to be doing. I know that in terms of speech and communication skills, she can really drop some bombs. So I hope that she will have the opportunity to do that during the competition and during the upcoming events of Miss Supranational as well. Please let me know in the comment section, how do you feel about Allison so far? Now, number 5 on the list, we have Colombia. Valentina Espinosa is her name, and for a lot of people, she is definitely a fan favorite. I remember when her Super Chat was announced, I was personally feeling the hype, a lot of people messaging me about Colombia. Oh my god, I'm so excited for her and she's gonna be so good and all of that. And I think that her Super Chat lived up to the expectation. Did she win that round? I'm not quite sure. I have to go back in my notes, but I do remember that she had very strong opinion. She was very clear with her communication. Of course, the English was not necessarily the most polished one. However, she could get the message across really well. Now, as I was telling you earlier, for Peru, she is bringing as well the Latino flavor, that spiciness, that just like being so playful in terms of her personality, her beauty, her styling, being sexy, being edgier. I personally, being Latino myself, really enjoyed that, and because of that, I'm very excited for her journey. I think that whenever you make it into the top 5 of a competition, and I'm predicting her to be at number 5, the final outcome of the competition, it really belongs to the candidate. How she's gonna perform during the Q&A, the final presentations, the little impressions that she might be able to give to the judges. So already, me putting her at number 5, it means that if she plays her cards properly, she could win the entire thing. Moving on to number 4 on the list, and we have Thailand. Her name is Puranik Ruantong, and personally, I am just in love with this woman. So beautiful. It's not just the fact that she looks like a model, a supermodel actually, like an actress. I don't know, her beauty is just so immaculate and so particular that I personally really appreciate it. On top of that, Thailand, I feel like within my topics, I have a lot of countries with the sash factor, and because of that, the level of budget, the level of training and preparation that these candidates have is really superior. That of course will translate into the wardrobe, that will translate into the different presentations that we will get to see, different impressions that the audience and the judges will have. The candidates will really be on their A game at all times. She is really delivering. Thailand, the only concern that I have about her might be some of the communication skills here and there. We saw her struggling a little bit during the Super Chat, not in a bad way, but sometimes just like finding certain words or maybe coming up with a statement that had a little bit more impact. So I think that she should focus her attention on that, because for everything else, I don't really have much feedback or critique to provide. And also at the end of the day, I feel like it's going to depend on what the organization is looking for. I don't have like internal insight or anything, but some of the conversations that I've been able to have with people from the organization, what I've always been told is that they're looking for someone who is a leader, someone who is able to communicate, someone who is able to connect with the audience. So it's not anymore about being beautiful, being a model. I know that for quite some time that was kind of the reputation that Miss Supranational had, looking for more like model type of girls. Well, I don't think that this is gonna be the same this year. So Thailand, you go girl, you got this in the bag. Just, you know, work on the little communication skills, okay? All right. All right, everyone, now we're finally getting into the top 3, so please let me moisturize my lips, because, you know, we cannot be ashy in this house while we're spitting facts. Okay, so number 3 on the list, we have the beautiful, stunning, amazing, I love her, Vietnam, and her name is Nguyen Huynh Kim Duyen. I think I got it right. Thank you, Jesus. Alright, for the purpose of this, I'm just gonna call her Kim. That's my girl, Kim. I'm not gonna lie, Kim has been one of my favorite candidates for the past year. Ever since she competed in Miss Universe, I was really rooting for her. I just like how she is, her personality. I think that her styling is just like so incredible. The Miss Universe Vietnam organization has been putting so much work into their candidates, and it just shows that they're going above and beyond. In terms of her beauty, I really think that Kim has one of those, I don't even know how to compare it to who I can compare her, because she is just on a level of her own. I don't have any more words to describe her other than timeless. That might seem dramatic for some people, but for me personally, I think that it really does her justice. Some people think that there's way too much hype around candidates like Kim and some of the other girls who also competed during Miss Universe. But personally, I think like the ladies are just bringing that experience, and with all of the mistakes that they did during Miss Universe, they have polished, they have worked on that, and they're bringing it now to Miss Supranational. I don't think that Kim is overhyped at all. I think that she actually deserves that ranking, and watch out, she might be going for the crown. I think that Vietnam will be such an amazing match for this crown, and I can only imagine the incredible things that she will be able to accomplish with her reign, because Kim is one of the candidates who has a very big, impactful social cause advocacy. So I can only imagine what they will be able to accomplish in collaboration with Miss Supranational and the Miss Universe Vietnam Association as well. Now, I know that you guys are waiting for this one as well. Number 2 on my list, we have India, and of course her name is Ritika Khatnani. We have Ritika here on the channel. Honestly, I had the pleasure to interview her. She is just a light in terms of her communication skills, her relatability, her likability, and also just how impactful, how inspiring her story is. You know, when I was telling you earlier the things that I'm looking for in a candidate, the beauty, the leadership, the communication skills, inspiring, aspiring as well. All of those things can be found in Ritika. And what's even more impressive is that she's able to have all of those things at such a young age. Now, let's remember as well that Ritika won her Supra Chat episode, and I'm really excited to see how she's going to perform as well during the second segment of Supra Chat. But for me, she has definitely everything that it takes to win this title. And I mean, it will be like a huge year for India. Can you imagine India taking home the crown the same year for Miss Universe and Miss Supranational? They also performed really well in Miss World. Although the outcome was not what they were expecting, I still think that India this year has excelled in terms of the candidates that they have sent internationally. Ritika embodies precisely that excellence, and I am just so happy, so excited for her, and I just wish, cross my fingers, that the stars align for her. This will finally bring me to my number 1 pick on the list, and I know that a lot of you guys might be anticipating who it is. I'm sure that a lot of you guys already know who it is, but I won't keep you waiting any longer. My number 1 pick to win the title of Miss Supranational 2022 will be South Africa, Lalela Swane. And as I'm telling you this, you guys, I'm getting the chills, because I just love Lalela in a different way. I don't know how to explain it, but there's just something about Lalela that is, I just appreciate it, you know. I think it's her story. I think it's just like the way that she has faced so many different challenges since her Miss Universe journey up until now, and the way that she has always been able to rise to the occasion regardless of the obstacles, the the backlash, the haters, the rumors, whatever it is. Lalela always overcomes that. I personally think that when we talk about inspiring, aspirational, a leader, those are all of the things that she embodies precisely. I think that Lalela has the beauty, she has the brains, she's an excellent communicator, she's an impactful communicator. It's not just about being able to talk in front of people and throw fancy words. It's about being able to communicate with them and get in touch with them, make them feel something, allow them to realize something, allow them to learn something from you. And I think that's something very rare, very hard to find, and Lalela definitely has it. I will go even further to say that if the Miss Supranational organization is looking to be more diverse, more inclusive, this will be such an amazing year to crown a queen from Africa, not only from Africa, but also bring the first Miss Supranational crown to South Africa, and at the same time crown their first Black winner. For me personally, it's a little mind-blowing that still in 2022 we haven't had a woman of color hold the title of Miss Supranational. So I think it's time. The potential is right there, and it's up to the organization to just go and get it. Now I'm gonna stop right here because I'm gonna get emotional. I really get attached to the ladies and the girls, and I don't want to cry on camera. But there you go, you guys. That was my ranking for Miss Supranational 2022, my first leaderboard, and of course I will give you a new updated one as the competition advances, so you can expect that for sure. Now I want to make this an interactive experience, so I want to hear from you as well. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think about my comments, my picks, my ranking, my feedback, anything else that you would like to express. It's always welcome, for as long as you are respectful and you explain yourself in a well-mannered, educated way, of course. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like so that it gets recommended to more people. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one almost every single day. And last but not least, come here and give me a hug. That's a little tradition on the channel. You know that I love you, that I appreciate you. Thank you for coming and spending a few moments out of your day here with me. And until I see you next time, everyone, please stay safe, be kind to one another, sending you all my love, all my kisses. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.